The one thing every homeowner needs to know before they call me is that the very first thing you have to do is you have to get pre-approved. We've had clients before where they've been out looking at homes for 60 days and then they come in to get pre-approved and they're looking at homes in like the 600 range and really they're pre-approved for like 400 range.
What is the best advice you would give someone who is trying to buy a home in Florida?
The best advice for anybody buying a home in Florida is welcome.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So can you tell us your name and just a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, my name is Ryan Brown, and I am the branch manager and loan originator here at Cross Country Mortgage, and I help people build wealth through real estate.
I love that. I'd love to build wealth through real estate. Who wouldn't? So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing loans for 22 years.
Wow. So you really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. What is one thing you wish every home buyer would know before they call you?
The one thing every homeowner needs to know before they call me is that the very first thing you have to do is you have to get pre-approved. A lot of homeowners, what they want to do is they want to go look at properties and do tours with realtors, but really you need to know the numbers and you need to know your pre-approval amount before you start that process.
Okay, that's really good to know because actually I did that. I toured a bunch of homes and had no idea. And then they're like, oh, you need to get approved before you actually put an offer down.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Yeah. Because is that because basically people might not be approved?
Yeah, people may not be approved. I mean, a really good listing agent a lot of times doesn't want to show a property to somebody who's not already pre-approved or have verified funds.
Okay.
Because it's really just a giant waste of time.
Yep.
We've had clients before where they've been out looking at homes for 60 days and then they come in to get pre-approved and they're looking at homes in like the 600 range and really they're pre-approved for like 400 range.
Ooh, okay.
So it's really important to have the right expectations, to know all your numbers and to be very clear on your payment, out-of-pocket expenses, and your purchase price.
Perfect. All right. So get pre-approved, everyone. What is the best advice you would give someone who is trying to buy a home in Florida?
The best advice for anybody buying a home in Florida is don't wait. A lot of people think the market's going to crash, values are going to go down, I'm going to wait till rates go down. And that's really the thing you shouldn't do. If you can find a property that you like that fits for you and your family and then the payment works, buy it. Don't wait. Homes appreciate at 3 to 5% per year. The longer you wait, the more expensive the house is going to be.
Okay, so buy now, which is interesting because I think most people say they want to wait. That's all I keep hearing is they're waiting, and it's kind of like a stall, it feels like. So do you think prices will drop at all?
No, I mean, you've seen some modest correction this year just because there's been a lot of supply, rates have been high, so the market has kind of stagnated a little bit. But right now is actually a great time to buy because the longer homes are on the market, the more willing the sellers are to either make concessions, like pay all the closing cost or drop their price. And so we're seeing a lot of clients get some really, really good deals right now.
Okay.
Once rates drop, which most likely will be next year, it's going to be a whole different story. A lot of people are going to be in the market buying homes and there's going to be a lot more competition.
Okay, that makes sense. So you will get a lower rate, but you won't be able to negotiate as much. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What is the wildest question you've ever been asked when somebody is trying to get a mortgage?
Sometimes you have clients come to you that, they know they have no credit or really, really terrible credit.
Okay.
They don't have a job and they have no money in the bank. So usually if you strike out on all three of those things, you can't get a loan.
Okay.
Usually we can get over one of those. Like if you have bad credit, we can try to fix the credit, get you in a home. If you don't have a job or you don't have any income, maybe we can get a cosigner, we can overcome that. Or if you don't have money, we can get you a grant or you can save. But if you strike out on all three of those things, it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, so you got to at least maybe have a job or some money in the bank. I feel like that's very obvious. All right, would you say you are a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person, 100%.
Wow, that's good. I feel like morning people are more productive. Yeah, okay. What would be your coffee order of choice?
Just going to have to go with just black coffee.
Just plain black, not espresso, just like a cup?
Either or, espresso or cup.
Okay, all right, but nothing added. Okay. If your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what do you think they'd be?
Loyal, hardworking, and honest.
Love that. Okay. If you were not a loan officer, what do you think you would do?
I probably would be a farmer.
Really? Really?
We actually own a farm. My wife and I own a blessed land farm. We have alpacas, llamas, mini donkeys, 500 Sylvester palm trees. So yeah, we're already kind of in the
Oh, that's
business.
so cool.
I don't work in the business. I have
Yeah.
people, but yeah.
I was not expecting that. I thought you'd be like, oh, I'm going to be a real estate agent or something.
Little fun fact.
Yeah, I love that. Alpacas, those are cool.
They're very cool.
And how many do you have?
We have like 5 alpacas, 5 llamas, mini donkeys, rabbits, emus, rheas, turkeys, you name it.
Oh, we should have filmed there.
It's like Noah's Ark.
Where is it?
It's in Palm Beach Gardens, right down the road.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, well, if I need a sweater from alpaca fur, then I know who to contact. That's really cool. Okay. Do you have a guilty pleasure TV show? And if so, what is it?
My guilty pleasure TV binge show are these shows that they have on YouTube where they like people get arrested, and it shows all like the police.
Yep, I know especially.
So I've been getting into those lately, like in my downtime, like on a Sunday morning early or something. Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
It just comes up in the feed, and then you start watching it. You're like, wow, this is pretty interesting.
That's so funny. I went down that rabbit hole on TikTok the other day, and I was like, why am I watching cops on TikTok? It's entertaining though.
Makes you feel better about your life.
I think so. It does. It does. What is the strangest thing you have in your fridge right now?
Probably nothing really strange.
Okay.
Maybe just my favorite thing in the refrigerator is probably frozen grapes. That's my kind of go-to
Oh, that's cool.
guilty pleasure. Instead of ice cream, I go to frozen grapes.
It's a lot healthier. I should start doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you just pop them in there, leave them in for however long. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Frozen grapes. Check it out. So I've heard that you do Muay Thai. And I also, is it Muay Thai? I feel like I'm not saying it correctly. Okay. Yeah. How long have you done that?
So I've been doing Muay Thai boxing probably for like 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're good.
So yeah, I grew up wrestling my whole life, and then I got into jiu-jitsu, and then I was terrible on my feet, so I got into Muay Thai boxing. I've been to Thailand a few times. I had a couple of professional fights over there, so I love it. I still train. I don't fight, but I train 2 times a week, and I train with my kids too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get
Florida Kickboxing Academy.
Oh, nice.
He's a 10 pal. Yeah, he actually has a fight coming up in October.
Oh, cool.
I was a 1FC fighter, but...
So what's the difference between jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai?
So jiu-jitsu is more ground fighting,
Yeah.
grappling, submission wrestling, that type of thing. Muay Thai boxing is the art of 8 limbs. It's originally from Thailand from over 10,000 years ago, but it's punches, kicks, elbows, and knees. It's the most lethal type of fighting there is. That's what all the UFC fighters train.
Who would win in a match? You in a Muay Thai fight, or you negotiating a tough mortgage deal?
Tough mortgage deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
All day long. No, but I think fighting is very relatable to like what we do is, the business is not easy. Sometimes you have to like stay in the fight. Sometimes you get knocked down, you got to get back up. You have to have that resilience and persistence and really have a heart of a winner.
I love that. So you would say that your Muay Thai has informed your professional life, I guess. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I think that's why it's good to get kids into that stuff. Teaches them like resilience.
How to win, how to lose, how to train hard.
Yeah.
If you get punched in the face, a lot of people just want to quit or go cry in the corner. You have to get right back at it.
It's true. It is true. Get punched in the face a lot. What is your go-to hype song before training? And do you have a go-to hype song before you like are getting into a big deal, like in work?
Not so much anymore. I know, like in wrestling, it was like "Thunderstruck" by AC/DC.
Yeah.
Never get to.
Okay, nice.
I'd probably say that.
Okay. Do you ever listen to that when you're going to a big deal?
No.
Just like amped up in the car. What is your favorite move in Muay Thai? Do you have one?
I mean, I like to clinch. Right where you clinch with somebody and you grab the back of the neck, you clinch, then you get your elbows into their face. Yeah.
All right. So don't mess with this guy. Have you ever used Muay Thai move outside of the gym? Like, have you ever gotten into like a street fight?
Thank God, no.
Okay, good. I didn't think you were gonna say yes, but
I think most people who know how to fight would probably never get it.
They don't want to, right? Yeah.
Because they already know what would happen.
Yeah. What is your favorite local Palm Beach Gardens spot? And actually, how long have you been here?
So I've been in Palm Beach Gardens for 25 years.
Oh wow.
I lived
Okay.
in Michigan down here. Yeah, after school. And it's been home ever since. I love Palm Beach Gardens.
Nice. Do you have a favorite spot around here?
So my favorite spot is the Blessed Sand Farm, which I'm an owner of, just because I love animals and I love the nature, and it's just really awesome. But I would say really any of the beaches. I mean, we have some of the most incredible beaches here, like in Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter, and it's just a great place to live.
That's great. So, I'm up in Martin County, but actually I ideally love to be in Jupiter or Palm Beach Gardens. How have you seen the market change in the past? Well, you've been here for a while, so let's say like the past decade, for instance. It's like really gone up, right?
It's really gone off. There's not a lot of like new development, and the new development is like super expensive. So affordable housing is a really big problem. So a lot of people are going north.
Yep.
Actually, even skipping over Martin County and going straight to St. Lucie because
Really?
it's more affordable up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And also Martin County is like, especially I live in Jensen Beach, and it's very small. There's not a lot of inventory either. Yeah. And then Stewart, they have all these regulations for building, and it's just, I don't think, I wonder if it can get that built up or how built up they've let it get.
Yeah, I think they want to protect the charm.
They do.
If I lived anywhere else besides Palm Beach Gardens, it would be Stewart.
Really?
100%, yeah.
So have you seen when people are buying homes, what's like the area? Well, you're in Palm Beach Gardens, so the people you're working with mainly buying in this area?
Mostly Martin County,
County.
St. Lucie, Palm Beach, like the 3 counties. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also the taxes are lower too, like the more north you go, right?
A little bit. I mean, they're about the same where you go. St. Lucie actually has some of the highest taxes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And is there a cutoff in the areas you work? Like, would you work with someone in Fort Lauderdale, for instance?
I mean, we're licensed actually in all 50 states.
Oh, wow.
I say the majority of our work is in the Tri-County area.
Okay.
But yeah, like, so, sometimes somebody has a house that they need to refinance, say, in like New York or Ohio. We can certainly help them out on that as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Completely random. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, alive or dead, who would be at the table?
Oh, well, that's super simple. Number 1 would be Dana White. President of the UFC. He would be on my list. Number 2 would be my grandfather, who passed away at the age of 105 about 5 years ago. A great friend of mine, a mentor. And also the third would be my mother-in-law, who was just an incredible person who also passed away. She's just a gift from God, an angel, to the world.
I love that. That's not a, I feel like usually get like Gandhi and Dalai Lama. And that's a good answer. Is there a really embarrassing fashion trend that you've ever followed?
Maybe embarrassing today, but I remember back in the 80s in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, we used to like peg the jeans at the bottom, roll them up and peg them.
Okay. When you say peg them, is like clip them almost or like
yeah, you kind of like just kind of flip it over like this and start rolling it up.
I feel like, is that in now?
I see some people doing it.
Yeah, I have too. But it's kind of like hipster.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to do that as well. I didn't know the term was like pegging them, but that's interesting. Okay, that's not that bad. No. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
What is one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you? Although it's very surprised about the farm. So
I would say the farm. Most people don't. Yeah. When I tell them that I have a farm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that we love, and it's a great spot. And we actually have like a farm stay there. So we have like 3 Airbnbs there that people go and they stay and they interact with the animals, and
it's really cool.
So it's a really cool spot.
I love that. Okay, so to go a bit back to like your professional life. How do you get into, what you do?
A lot of people don't like go to school for like mortgage banking per se. It's like usually a lot of people kind of fall into the industry somehow. I mean, I was very fortunate that when I moved down from Michigan, I started working for a title company, and my job was to get the mortgage companies to use the title company. So I'd meet all these mortgage people, and then I just started, learning that. I was like, wow, if these guys can do it, I can do it. And so that was kind of my motivation, and I got into the business in 2003.
Oh, wow. So you've been in it for a while. Yeah. So if you could give somebody who's buying a home one piece of advice, you've already given a bunch, but what would it be? Because I'm also always like checking Zillow and everything else, but it's just everyone that I hear is like, rates are too high. I don't want to buy right now. I know you said you should just kind of buy right now, go for it. But is there anything else you could add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should, you shouldn't wait. I also, on the other side of it, you need to be patient. I think you should always wait for the right deal. Mm-hmm. You should make sure whatever realtor you're using, you should always use a buyer's agent. Never contact a listing agent directly.
Oh,
makes zero sense. Probably 99% of the time, the seller has allocated a portion to pay the buyer's agent. So the buyer's agent is going to get paid by the seller anyway. But having somebody that can independently negotiate your deal is so big. And to make sure that that realtor is a strong negotiator. So you want to be able to like maybe talk to people that have used that realtor in the past and ask them about their negotiation ability. Because a lot of it comes down to being able to negotiate the best deal.
You said right now there is some leeway in terms of negotiating, because I think a lot of people aren't buying right now, right?
Yeah. But you always want to look at potentially buying when people aren't buying. It's just like when everybody's buying. So when rates go down next year, which most likely they're going to, because we'll have a new Fed chairman, they're going to drive rates down. As rates start coming down, everybody's going to be buying. So now when you go to put the offer in on the place, instead of offering them, 15% off, you have to offer them full price, because there's 3 or 4 other offers coming in right behind you.
Yep.
So now is the time where you can actually negotiate some deals and you can save some money. And I just had a client the other day where the realtor negotiated like $15,000 of his closing costs paid, got like $15,000 off the price of the house. I mean, that's real money. That's $30,000.
Wow. No, it's interesting, because I think people don't think like that, but it's smart. I remember during COVID, when interest rates were like 2.5%, my parents bought a house in Stewart, and they had a trail of cars waiting in line, and a guy got out from New York he had a garbage bag of cash, and he was like shoving my parents out of the way to get to the owner, and he's like, "I'll pay you in cash." My parents ended up getting it. I don't remember what happened, but it was just total chaos because the rates were so low. So that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So if there's anything that there's like one other thing you'd want people to either know about you or your industry, and it's very vague, but just to think about when they're buying, and then what to look for when working with a loan officer. Obviously they're going to come to you, but
buying a home it's so important, because it's like the number one wealth creation tactic for most Americans.
Mm-hmm.
When they poll like these millionaires, people who have a net worth of over $1 million, like the majority of them made it through real estate.
Yep.
And it's just a way where you can build wealth. I have so many stories. Every year what I do is I do a list of clients we helped get into homes like the year before and the year before. Mm-hmm. We run like the Zillow valuation, and then their current loan balance, so we can see like how much equity they've grown. And it's just always like a wake up call to me to see like, wow, how much wealth has been created in these people's lives just by buying a house.
Yep.
I wouldn't even be here today if I wouldn't have bought my first house. I bought my first house in 2002 for $130,000. I was sweating it. It was $1,200 a month. I got like 2 roommates, because I just I was renting for like $600-700 a month. So it was a big jump for me.
Yep.
I fixed the place up like 2 years later. That's when I got into the mortgage business, and then I wanted to start my own broker shop at the time. But I needed like $50,000 to do it. My parents didn't have any money, and I didn't have any money. Mm-hmm. I was pretty much broke. But I got an appraisal on my house. There's $50,000 in equity. It went up that much since all the improvements I made. And I did a home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
I pulled out $50,000 from the house, used that to start a mortgage company. But
that's great to hear too, because I feel that way, and I think my dad's in real estate, so I've always heard that. But it's funny, there's a trend I've noticed mainly on social media, but people are saying never buy, you only want to rent, you don't want to have anything, which is
I've never broke.
Because and a lot of them are these like finance gurus who knows if they actually have money,
of course.
But they keep saying that, and that's been really confusing to me, because I feel the same way, that you're actually building up equity.
I don't have the stat in front of me, but the recent stats is like the average for some home buyer typically used to be like the 26 to like 30 range, and now it's like 32 to 36. So it's much older now. Mm-hmm. So you're starting to see that trend, and it's probably because of social media, where people are going to continue their renting longer.
Yep.
Before buying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming also from California, Los Angeles, where like no one owns anything unless except buy like a $10 million house that wouldn't even be that great. You have to rent. So I think the price also is affecting it, but that's good to know. So if you can buy a house, buy it.
Get your foot in the door.
Get your foot in the door. When would be a good time or I guess, how do you know when a good time is to like sell your house? Or you can get into another one? Because a lot of people now are like, I don't want to sell because I got a good rate, but I want to move. So they feel kind of stuck. I don't know if you can necessarily answer that, but.
Well, I think what we're going to do is next year, as rates start coming down, a lot of those people are going to start thinking about that.
Selling.
Yeah, because some people are like, we really been wanting to move to Stewart. We want our kids to be in those schools up there. We're sick of living in West Palm. Like you have these conversations, but they're like, we're not going to go from a 2.5 rate to a 6.5.
Exactly.
And the payment's going to jump up, taxes going to jump up. But as rates start coming down, where that gap narrows, where they can maybe go from like a 3 to a 4.5. And the jump isn't that much, and they can now unlock that $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 or $1 million of equity out of their house. Yep. put a large down payment and they have the same payment, people are going to start making that decision to move.
So 2026 sounds like it's going to be the year the stuff will lower, but then more competitive. So yeah. So this has been really great and actually super informative. I think I'm going to go buy a new house. Where can people find you? What's the best way to get in contact with you? And we'll put all your information in below the video. But
best way is you just go to the website, which is just ryandbrown.com, and that has all my contact info.
Awesome. And you also have your own podcast, right?
Yeah, on YouTube, Ryan Brown Mortgage. Just type that in. You'll see where I do some interviews. We also do some educational videos as well on mortgage and finance. Yeah.
Okay, love that. So go check it out. And thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.